What's going on, y'all? Brad Stevens here, Land of Misery Films. Happy New Year! This is our very first episode for 2023, and actually, it was going to be our very first episode for 2022, an interview with our good friend Linda Obasi, but we got busy planning for the crowdfunding campaign for our feature film and organizing the shoot for our feature film, but nevertheless, finally, at long last, our very first interview for 2023 is an interview from 2022, a talk with our good friend Linda Obasi. Enjoy the show. One, two, three. Harold and Brad. Windy City Filmmakers. Harold and Brad. Windy City Filmmakers. Harold and Brad. Da, 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 da. Three, two, one. What's going on, y'all? Brad Stevens here for another edition of the Harold and Brad Windy City Filmmakers podcast. HD, what's going on, brother?
What's up, B? Man, I'm glad to be here coming into the new year 2022. This is our first podcast and we're about to kick it off.
2022 in the house. We have a very special guest. My girl, my sister from grad school, Linda Obasi is with us. What's going on?
Hello, Brad. I'm fine. How are you?
Pretty good. Great. So you're in Nigeria, right?
Yeah, I'm in Nigeria.
Okay, sweet. So the first question we always ask people, it's a two-parter, and it's, what's your connection to Chicago, and what kind of art do you create?
Okay, my connection to Chicago is grad school, DePaul, the theater school at DePaul University. Yeah. Where I learned how to act, and it was a great experience. It really changed me, and so I learned how to act in Chicago. And how do I tell stories now? Through acting, through theater, through film, television, radio shows, writing like a poetry and prose. So there's a lot of different ways I tell stories now.
Talk about your experience at DePaul, what type of classes you took, and what you'd say you walked away with from it that you'll keep in mind that you're using now.
Okay, well, I think the most valuable thing that I learned was the definition, what a real actor is. You know, acting is, in Nigeria in particular, acting is one of those things that there's a lot of ignorance around it, not a lot of respect. So it attracts a lot of people who are vain and narcissistic and don't understand what acting is. So I learned what acting was at DePaul. I went there very shy, and I thought when you act, you go on stage, you put on a mask, and you pretend to be someone else. What I learned was that it's the opposite. I learned that everybody else, this guy Grotowski, his book, Poor Theater, everybody in life has to wear what he calls a life mask to protect themselves from the world. But actors, when they go on stage, you're not supposed to put on another mask on top of the mask you already have on. You're supposed to take off the mask that everybody has on. So basically, actors are like spiritually like naked, basically. So what I got from DePaul was that, yeah, I was shy and I wanted to go pretend to be someone else, but I found out that as an actor, I'm not pretending to be someone else. As an actor, I'm exposing myself. So I was doing the thing that most frightened me, that scared me the most. So I became a completely different person, but that's the most valuable thing I learned from the masters at DePaul.
Thank you for sharing that. I keep that in mind myself.
I love that, Linda, like you used the word naked. And for me, like when I look at some of my favorite actors, like especially Al Pacino, period, but like his early work, there's like a rawness, like Al Pacino, Meryl Streep, Robert De Niro, Denzel, there's like a rawness, like they're naked on stage. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a raw nerve that they are embodying the characters that I just connect with. I was just looking at Serpico. Look at Serpico. and just Al Pacino's performance, the subtlety, but like there was a rawness about it that I just couldn't take my eyes away from looking at his performance.
Yes, I think, so like, I think a lot of people who don't understand what acting really is, they'll go and put another mask on top of the mask. So they're wearing two masks. And those two masks, they will distance themselves from the audience. Right. And that's when you don't need to study acting to know what bad acting is. Right. When you watch somebody and you just don't believe them, I don't believe you. That's because they're wearing two masks.
Ooh la la. Yeah.